don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. Ain't it for the long haul?
But it seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Sheds off the tackle. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down at 7. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Play fake. Mayfield. Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He completes it to Evans. And Evans will have a Bucs 1st down as he'll get this down to the 23. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. In motion, the tight end. Throwing, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Mayfield with it once more. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bucs are on the board first here in this division round matchup. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Random, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now a 2nd and 2. Throwing is McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw McCarthy. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. To the air with McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. York able to send this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. 69 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a good return is going to be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Here's McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. This one swung out here to Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now McCarthy. Flushed out right. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide open receiver.
To the air again, McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A check down here to Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw again. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Shedding the tackle. And the Bucs will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Following the interception, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Here's 2nd and 10. A run up the middle with Irving. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, man. Got a little too much heat on it, don't you think, Parker?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after are going backwards to the 12. Now we give Irving running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Mayfield down. Now he'll escape to his right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. Dancing to his left. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 2. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Able to power through. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
McCarthy going to throw again. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here's Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
In motion goes the tight end. Now Mayfield. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the 1st half.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Throwing is McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson. The Vikings going to signal for the 1st of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. 23 yards on the play.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this 1st half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a 1st down.
Blitz again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, 31 yards. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he gets us up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
From the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That incompletion certainly makes his upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Working out of the gun, Mayfield, flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now McCarthy. They're going back to the same well. It's Hawkinson again. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Throwing again, McCarthy. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It'll be a big loss on the play there. An absolute disaster, really. Cade York on now for the field goal. He hit his first. Now this from 43. York able to send this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field. So let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. After the penalty, it's Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
2nd down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Threes all around. Here's McCarthy. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
In motion, the tight end. Mayfield to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To throw, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Mayfield. Flush to his right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Play fake. Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They go play action. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one. Corner the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. That he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And the Buccaneers 1st down.
Mayfield off the play fake. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Here's White.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Mayfield now. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
J.K. Dobbins.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Buccaneers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. To the air with McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 yards the gain for number 18. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McCarthy drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now they'll change things up. Throwing is McCarthy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. On play action, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space, because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On the handoff, this is Irvin. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Mayfield.
throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd down and 1.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White.
And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row they've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us.